action.
What's up, guys? Jake SLEASMAN, Blue Collar Outdoors, and today I'm gonna go over what I like and don't like about my setup, well, my 12 gauge setup from this past year's experience hunting with it for both waterfowl and turkey. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so as you guys know, this is my Franchi Affinity 3. It's a 12 gauge. I got the 26-inch barrel, and right now she's set up for turkey. For waterfowl, I tried the open reflex sight. For geese, it wasn't bad, but wing shooting, I like it a lot more, just instinct shooting, just the bead. But for turkeys, I really love this Howl Sun, which I've done a video on it. If you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. But this gun is extremely light. I'm not gonna go in all the features of the gun. All I'm gonna do is break down what I like, what I don't like, and then we're gonna actually put a pattern up. As you see, we got the targets up. We're gonna show what I'm running for turkey here in New York and waterfowl. So that way, not only can we tell you what we think of the gun, we can show you performance as well. We believe that is the only way to truly review a firearm, is to show the performance, not just talk about it. I haven't cleaned this gun yet. I did the same thing with my Stoeger M3500 as kind of a torture test. Now, if you guys don't know, Donald Trump actually bought me this firearm, and when I said that in the video, it caused the turkey to gobble. If you go back and watch, is it as good as the SB3? You can hear Donald Trump fired up the gobbler. I miss Donald. But anyways, he bought me this firearm with the first stimulus check. It's an $800 gun. I can't really find anything I don't like on this gun. This thing is a smooth shooter. It's light, it's quick on target, and the main thing, when I go to shoulder this weapon, it shoulders really nice, and that is a big deal when it comes to shooting ducks and geese, because as you guys know, them ducks are quick. So when you need a gun, you can pull up and it's right there. This gun, I will find something I don't like in it. I'm extremely picky, but as of right now, it's really easy to move, it's easy to swing, easy to shoulder, and I tell you, some of the patterns this bad boy throws right here is absolutely filthy. So, to date, I've had this gun, when did I get it, March? I think March. It was right before turkey season, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because that's when we went and checked out that gobbler over there. I believe I got this in March, whenever the first stimulus was. One thing I don't like is that, you hear that freaking sling? She's squeaky. I don't like that.
I think that's just your sling.
Yes, it's WD-40.
That's not the gun.
No, I know it's not the gun.
Sling.
This thing, it's what I had, man. I lost mine. I will find something. I haven't had this gun a year yet, but I've killed turkeys with it. I've killed ducks, geese. I've beat the crap out of it. I shot it when it was froze. I've had this in ice cold water, mud, everything. She cycles clean. I haven't had a jam yet, knock on wood. I probably just jinxed myself, but I have not had a jam yet. And I haven't even cleaned it, so it's been shooting good. As you guys know, we shoot a ton of patterns with our guns. This thing came in late in the turkey pattern series, but it did its fair share. So, what I'm gonna do today, as you can see, I got the Code Black Turkey in here. We're gonna take that and shoot what I shoot in New York, because we can't shoot 9s here. This is the GT3 8-shot. It's traveling at 1190 feet per second, and this is 2 1/4 payload. So there's a lot of tungsten in this bad boy. Now, being 8s, you don't get as many pellets as 9s, but what I found with the 8s, now granted I shot my turkey at 12 yards with it, so not really a great comparison, but the extra kinetic energy you have in the 8s over 9s, it doesn't, you don't lose a lot losing that much shot. So what we're gonna do, as you can see back here, we got a turkey target on the left, and then we have a waterfowl target on the right. Now, the first shot is gonna be with this setup. The second shot This is the choke I run for ducks. It's the Pattern Master Code Black Duck. This thing throws some killer patterns. And the shell I'm shooting, we don't have the box on hand, but this is traveling at 1450. This is an Apex, 2-shot, 3-inch, and it's an 1.25 ounce payload. So this is what I've been shooting the majority of the season. I did shoot some 4s, but this is what I was hunting geese and ducks with. This is a really good load. So what we're doing, we'll throw what I shoot out of this gun, and then we'll talk about the pattern. So let's get right to it. That's enough talking. Let's shoot some shit. Okay, so first shot, on the pellet I put the turkey a little low. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it right on his head, center it up to the backer so we can see the full pattern. Now most of it is gonna be on the turkey target, but I wanna see that full pattern. Apex GT3, 8-shot, Pattern Master Code Black turkey out of my Franchi Affinity 3, 40 yards. Let's get to it. That's a smoked turkey. Okay, that looked, from here, it looks real good. That turkey's smoked. Of course, I'm aiming at his head. Now, swap the chokes out, put the Apex 2-shot, and we'll shoot the right target, then we'll go down there. This is gonna be a very big variance in pattern.
Yes.
Between TSS and steel. So we got the setup turned. It's on the duck. That target, I'm just gonna put it right on the dark spot, right in the middle of the target. That one's well centered. But here we go. Franchi Affinity 3, Pattern Master Code Black Duck. And we got the Apex S3 steel. Once again, traveling 1450, 1.25 ounce payload, number 2s steel. Let's get to it. Okay, so we shot both. Now it's time to get the Sharpies out, and you know the drill. It's time to do some scribbling. Let's go check these out. Okay, before we look at the patterns, the weather conditions for today, it's 23 degrees. There's really no wind. It's not like last week where it was like 10 degrees, felt like 0 with 30-mile-an-hour winds. That was a doozy. So before we look at the turkey pattern, it will improve slightly and condense. I'm eager to see what the true difference is once it gets to actual hunt weather. Although I will say this, Hawk and I had an opening day hunt in PA, what was that, 2-3 years ago? We killed a bird, but man, it was cold. It was like, I don't know, 15 degrees, 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it was snowing. So it's not unlikely to pursue longbeards up here in these kind of conditions. It can be pretty cold in the mornings. For the most part, it's, what would you say, probably early season's 40 degrees, and then it gets up from there. So it's hard to say, but let's look at the pattern. So looking at the core of the pattern first, you have, this is where I was aiming. It actually looks like my red dot's a slight bit right, but not bad. First thing I'm looking at, there's 7 in the brain. Then there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 total hits in the vitals. That's what we're looking at. We don't count the pellets per se, but that is a smoked turkey at 40 yards. Then you look at the 5-inch circle first, and you have a ton of even pellets in the 5-inch. Then you step out to the 10, and you can see there is just a ton of pellets in the 10-inch circle. And then they're on the paper itself. This is a 12 by 18. There is an absolute ton of pellets on paper. So this is why we shoot this load in New York. We can't shoot 9s. So the 8-shot, as you can tell, hell, you're handing out dirt naps every time with those as long as you're on. Then when we step out and look at the full pattern, you have a lot of hits just outside the paper. You do have some flyers here going around. I have chew spit on here. Whoops. You do have some flyers, but it is 23 degrees. This will condense as it warms. Not much, but it will. But as you can see, you have a really good uniform full pattern as well. It's pretty tight. That is really good. That's why I shoot this out of my setup. I mean, that's lights out at 40 yards. Okay, so now we'll swing over. Now this is Apex number 2s, 1.25 ounce payload, Pattern Master Code Black duck. Okay, so looking at the main target, once again this is 12 by 18. I was aiming right here. As you can see, there's a double hit there, there's hits here. You have really good even pattern here. There is a void here, and here, so that is noted. This would be highly effective. This is what we're looking for in a waterfowl pattern. You will have more voids in a waterfowl pattern than you will with the turkey pattern. But right here, and right there is the main voids that I'm looking at. Overall, this is a great pattern. It's uniform around, it's dense, and it is going to kill that duck. Now when we step it out to the full pattern, you can see there is some flyers here, a couple, on the outside, but overall, once again, you have a good dispersal of pellets just outside, giving you good leeway. And really, this is a great pattern for waterfowl. You do have voids in it though. You have a void here on the outside, here, but you got good even dispersal, some flyers, which you're gonna have with waterfowl, but this is a pattern that will get the job done. And once again, this is what I shot for ducks and geese, and boy, let me tell you, it hammered them. So both of these setups have been field proven to be extremely effective, and that's at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. And you can see it on pattern why. So here's a view side by side. Once again, this is the setup I run for both turkey and waterfowl here in New York. The pattern on your left is the Apex GT3 8-shot out of a Pattern Master Code Black turkey with the franchi Affinity 3. This is what I hunt with in New York. And the pattern on your right is Apex 2-shot steel out of the Pattern Master Code Black duck, same gun, franchi Affinity 3. This is what I take afield. Once again, it's been field proven, and you can see on paper why. Just wanted to give you a side-by-side look. As you can tell, there's a huge difference between TSS and steel, huge difference. The amount of pellets you get with the TSS load is unreal. As I stated in the beginning of the video, this is kind of a pros and cons of the franchi Affinity 3. To this date, I have not had a jam through all the waterfowl conditions you guys know you face when you pursue ducks and geese. It's been through the ringer, it hasn't been cleaned, and I put a lot of loads through this gun for both turkey and waterfowl, and it's still, I mean, like I said, I can't find a con yet. It's lightweight, easy to shoulder for me, easy to swing, it's maneuverable, and it just throws great patterns for both turkey and waterfowl. And for me, as you guys know, I mean, I live for longbeards, but waterfowl is growing on me tremendously. So I need a gun that's good for both. And that gun right there, these are the setups I take afield with me here in New York. And it's been field proven and paper proven. You guys have seen the patterns, you know what to expect. Guys, if you're in the market for a shotgun, the franchi Affinity 3, man, I tell you, it's a very versatile gun. $800, the price point's a little higher, but it's worth it. That is a great gun. It shoots great. It doesn't jam, at least in my end. You may have different experiences. Comment below if you have a franchi, what you run for turkey and waterfowl, what chokes, what loads work for you. Also, even if you don't have one, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought about each load and if you ran either of them. We love the feedback here. Like I said, guys, this is no BS, just honest. You can see the performance on paper. That's what we talk about. You can see both of these are lights out loads and they're field proven. But guys, we got more patterns to shoot. We got more reviews to do. Hawk is actually behind the camera today, so you know what that means. Hawk's about to sling some steel and TSS. It's gonna be a fun week on the channel, I'm telling you.
I'm back. It's the return of the Hawk.
It's the return of the Hawk. I'll even say that. I'll say it right now. But like I said, we have the return of the Hawk. He doesn't come by much, but when he does, y'all love the patterns. So, needless to say, smash that thumbs up button for your boys. We're out here putting stuff on paper, giving you honest reviews. If you haven't, hit that little subscribe button, then hit that little bell next to it. We upload Monday, Wednesday. We are almost to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload schedule. I cannot wait. But if you've been on the channel a while and been subscribed, you guys know how important that notification bell is, because we have been known to throw random videos in just to see if you're paying attention.
There's no rub right there, dude.
So without further ado, like, subscribe. This is Jake SLEASMAN, Blue Collar Outdoors. We got a lot more patterns to shoot today. It's going to be a busy week, so make sure you tune in to the BCO channel. Okay. But as always, guys, take her easy.